Rescue Mama Speed! Ricky Bobby's back!
Wait, how fast is he going?
26 miles an hour.
Well, what are those things?
Hi everybody, and welcome to the latest edition of Show Us Your Kits here at Hobbies Australia. We're doing everything we can behind the scenes to ensure that moving forward into a post-COVID-19 world, that the hobby market in Australia has the very best range of products available for retailers, in stock, in store, in time. Now, for many of you who visited us at the recent Melbourne Toy Fair in February of this year, we were able to showcase and discuss in some limited detail potential new brands that we were investigating here at Hobbies Australia for the domestic market. Now, I am able to now confirm that the very first of our new brands, and this is Silvino Junior models from the United States, will be arriving with us in a short couple of weeks. Now, the Salvinos Junior models are a range of 124th and 125th American Nascar and stock car models from the late 70s and early 80s, when American muscle cars were the bee's knees in the automobile industry. There are 17 kits in the range, and we have stock of that arriving with us in the last week of June. It's a new brand, as I said, to Hobbies Australia. It's a new brand to the Australian market. These moulds are all less than 12 months old. Even though the cars are based on the 70s and 80s muscle cars, NASCARs, stock cars, these are all brand new moulds, and the level of detail on these cars is very, very nice indeed. These kits will be retailing in the Australian markets between $60 and $70. We haven't got our pricing finalised yet because of the variances in the Australian dollar, in this case against the American dollar. What we are seeing in recent shipments is prices have gone up, but we hope that in coming weeks, months, with further shipments, that we'll see some parity start to happen as the Australian dollar strengthens, and we'll actually see prices start to come down, hopefully before Christmas 2020. So, in the Salvinos Junior models box, what do you get? Well, I've always been a military modeler, okay? I've mucked about with cars and trucks. They haven't really been my forte, but I've got to say, what I saw in the box and the discussions that we held with various retailers in Melbourne at Toy Fair, there was a lot of surprise, there was a lot of excitement, there was a lot of positivity about this brand. As I said, 17 kits in the range, not a huge range to start off with, but some really, really nice models. We'll start with having a look at the decal sheet. Now the decals, one sheet, all well printed in register, some interesting subject matters. These are going to go down very, very well over a nice paint job with a gloss finish, and then being able to seal it all in. One thing that really stood out to me was the weight of the chrome part sprue. Now, I know you can't tell from the video, but wow, this has got some real heft about it. I'm used to chrome that flakes and chips easily. Not with this bad boy. This has been done very, very well. So we have the chrome grills, the bumpers front and rear, we have the wheels, we have mirrors, we have engine parts, rocker covers, that sort of stuff. Very, very nicely done. If we look at the body shell, okay, attention to detail, fine lines for panel lines. There is a little bit of flash, which is a little bit disappointing for sprues or moulds that are this young, but this is going to be easily cleaned up with the back of a hobby knife with a seam scraper. Won't take long at all. Parts count isn't over the top, but what we do have is some really, really nice attention to detail. Full roll cage. Haven't seen that in a NASCAR or a muscle car for many, many years. The parts are well defined. They're in evidence. There's no ejector marks or anything like that that won't be in prominent positions, so that's going to be very, very well received. Attention to detail, as I said, is really quite nice. We've got a full drive train, we've got the driver's seat, steering wheel, all that sort of stuff. On the decal sheet we have the full instrument panel. Surprisingly though, we don't have much on the seat belts. But looking at how they've been moulded onto the seat, I believe that with something like bare metal foil, even with aluminium foil or any of the aftermarket options that are out there, whether they be from BMAX / Nunu, Aoshima, Edward, there will be alternatives out there for the modeler. The instruction booklet is fold out, okay? We'll get some close-up photos of the sprues, the decals, the instruction booklet. It's limited to 23 stages or 23 steps. It's not over-engineered. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to build this kit. We're actually going to have this kit built in coming weeks, and then we'll do a bit of a flashback so you can actually see the finished model. But look, from all intents purposes, from talking to retailers, from talking to guys who are passionate about their car models, the Silvino Junior range of models is going to be a real winner for the Australian hobby market. As I said, stock arriving in late June. We'll have a newsletter coming out soon about this. Really, with what we've seen in COVID, with the growth in the hobby industry, with people returning to bricks and mortar hobby stores, here at Hobbies Australia, we want to support that growth. We want to support that resurgence in this hobby. And what we need from our retailers, from our domestic modelers, is we need you guys to show support for these brands like Silvino Junior and a whole heap of other new ranges that we've been working on super hard over the last 6 to 8 weeks. The range of products that we have coming into the country and will be available from Hobbies Australia is absolutely mind-boggling. I'm almost at the stage where I thought I'd never ever get sick of seeing models, but I'm here to tell you guys, over the last 6 weeks, it's just about done my head in with the range that we've now got coming to service the domestic market. So, you know, we'll get some photos up of this, have a look, show your support. Obviously, if you like what we're doing, press that like button down below for me. And until next time, let's see what's going on. We've got plenty more happening here at Hobbies Australia. So show us your kits.